How you
So
doing?
I'm doing good, Sammy. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Fantastic. So how's the day so far, Sammy?
It's pretty good, working, full-time job before you go out and play some rock and roll, so that's good.
Fantastic.
How are you
Fantastic.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing awesome, Sammy. Thank you for asking. So,
Good.
so Sammy, Don't Look Back, your new full-length album is to be out on October 27th. So would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting process and the production behind this new upcoming album?
Sure. So most of the album was written during the COVID period. We were actually doing really well touring, playing a lot of shows. And then COVID hit, obviously, and everything came to a halt, obviously, as everybody knows, a lot of bands. At that time, we took that time to regroup, refocus, and write some new material. I don't do the writing per se. The lead singer does most of the writing. The other two have input. The three of them do 99.99% of the writing. I might add a 0.11111 or 0.1%. But yeah, the album has a lot of different messages. Some are basically based on COVID. There's a song on the album called Bury Me, which the song is really called Bury Me Up to My Eyes, which is seeing life through a mask all of a sudden, which, we've all had to do. There's some issues of mental health on there. There's some issues of lifelong sort of prophecies of, hey, I lived a life this way, which is the first single, Don't Look Back. And, somebody basically realizing that they've done this part of their life. Now it's time to move on, make new memories, and don't look back. So it's got a lot of good messages, a lot of great songs. And of course, I'm going to say that, but I look forward for everybody to listen to it.
That was awesome, awesome. And talking about the album, 10 amazing songs, beautifully written, amazing musicianship, fantastic work overall. I really enjoyed each and every song for this album.
Thank
So
you so much.
thank you so much for putting up this amazing album this year. And as a band, what are your thoughts and how do you guys feel about the outcome of this new album?
How we feel? I'm sorry. How we feel about what?
Do you feel about the outcome, the total outcome of the album?
Sure. We feel great about it. Obviously, every band's going to say their music is top notch and everything else, but we feel really good about it. We feel, I'm not sure if we put an EP, a 5-song EP out before this a couple years ago, which was great. And we worked with David Ivory, who's our producer, and we felt that material was pretty strong. But this one, I feel, is mature, a little more mature in the writing. We've been together for a long time now, and so I feel like the maturity and the time we've spent together has bonded the band to make the songs better, if you will, and really gel. And David really put his touch at the final end. I mean, David, the great thing about David Ivory is we bring these ideas to him and he doesn't change the idea of the song and the make of the song. He adds to it and makes it better in some parts and our opinion is this is a strong album. And it's not a heavy metal album. We're not Lamb of God, and we're not those. We are a hard rock and roll band. I call ourselves a power rock band.
Hmm. Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
And you guys also released the title track of the album, Don't Look Back, which also features the legendary George Lynch. So, how does it feel to work with him? And would you like to tell me a bit about the making of this video in particular?
Sure, sure. So we were lucky enough. I have a very, very good close friend, two of them exactly, that run the Classic Metal Show, which would be Neely and Chris Aiken. And Neely helped facilitate to bring George Lynch to the camp to play on the song. And when we were in the studio writing and I was listening to the makeup of the 10 songs that we were doing, I knew in my head what I wanted George to play on. So It worked out that way because we had sort of picked 3 or 4 songs, but it was amazing to have that kind of guitar, hero, that everybody knows from back in the day to be on the song. And I feel like the song is strong on its own, but I also feel George really added, a lot to the song to bring it out to more to the words I'm looking for is to bring it to the masses. It's not just, for a certain amount of people. It's for everybody. And it was amazing time.
Interesting, fantastic. And are you guys planning to come up with more videos from this album?
We do. So the Don't Look Back video, I don't think I answered your question. I apologize. The Don't Look Back video was a little bit, again, like Don't Look Back. It was a little more retrospective what we did. We film a lot of stuff on stage of the crowd. People have filmed some videos of us. And so we took that of stuff we've done up to this point, and we mixed it in with our studio. We had somebody record us in the studio. So we mixed all that in. And it's a little bit of a tribute to what we've done. And again, we're not going to look back. We're going to move forward. And that's really what Don't Look Back is about in the video itself. Moving forward, we are releasing a brand new video Friday. The new single's called Here I Am. And it's a powerful song. It dives into mental health issues. And we are very excited about it because the song is really about people who have mental health issues, whether it be PTSD, whether it be suicidal thoughts, depression, everything kind of, people being bullied, people being ostracized. This song is basically letting people know that no matter who you are, where you are in life, everybody struggles with something. And just know that there's somebody out there for you. If you just reach out, there's people that want to help. And that's what the song's about. The song's about Here I Am.
Interesting. I know it's a bit early to ask this question since the release is almost in October 27th, but do you guys currently have any plans for the day of the release?
So do we have any plans for what? I'm sorry.
The day of the release. Do you have a special release day special or something?
So the album is, to my knowledge at this point, is to be released October 27th for the whole album. So what we're doing now is we're going to be releasing a single this Friday, and then we're going to release the third single at I believe it's the end of September or right at the beginning of October, and then the end of October we'll release the album. Very excited about it, and very excited to be with Deco Records as well. I'm sorry, Deco Entertainment.
Fantastic. And you guys are known for your live entertainment, like of being on the show. So what are the big plans for this year in terms of touring?
Well, that's a great question. So right now we don't have any shows booked, which is sad. We're working on them. It's getting to the point where the end of the year it gets a little tougher, but our main goal starting January 1st, hopefully a little bit sooner, is to really nail down some shows, get maybe a good week or two run with a band or a tour, but we really want to push this album to get that out to the masses. I really believe if you like hard rock, even heavy metal, rock and roll, or just, this album's got everything for everybody. And I just plead for people to listen to it. Hey, and you may not like it either. I mean, there's going to be people out there that might not like the album, but I just want people to listen. So the plan is to get the album out, get it out to as many people as we can, and then really work on touring. Unfortunately, I would love to have some shows on the books now, but it's just not in the cards right at the moment.
Gotcha. And how has this journey with Red Range been for you so far?
It's been great. The lead singer and I, Bubba McMichael, we started Red Rain back in about 2012. We were in a prior band before then, and kind of, I don't want to tail off into a long story, but I played in bands for years as well as everybody else in there. And, when you're young and you're starting out, you're playing cover tunes, you're playing bars. And I just didn't want to play cover tunes anymore. And I wanted to write our own material. And I wanted to, try that and see how it went. I didn't think it would go as far as where it is now. I'll be honest with you. And I couldn't be any happier that it is. But, we were lucky enough to find our publicist, Chipster PR, Chip Ruggieri, who believed in us. And we've been lucky to sort of do it our way, which is really important, and so that I'm more fortunate about than just getting the music out because people can listen to the music, listen to some and change the way you do things. And luckily, nobody's really changed our ideas that we started with. So it's been an amazing journey. I'm keeping it continue. The guys in the band are excited, again, excited about the album, and we're excited to see where this goes.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how do you guys look into the future? What is the big dream for you guys?
What's the big dream? Wow. You know, I think if you asked everybody in the band, it'd be a little different, you know. My dream, I mean, to do this full time and make a lot of money, we all dream that, when you're young and but I think really for me, my dream, and I can really only speak for myself, is, you go out and you listen to people who like hard rock, and we'll go into the Motley Crues, the Aerosmiths, the Van Halens, the all those bands, and we all love those bands. And yet when you talk to people, you keep hearing, well, there's no good music out there. And there's so much of it. And some of the touring we did, we met other bands that have great music, and there's a lot of really good original music out there. You just have to look for it. And so I think for me personally, to get the music out to as many people as we can, and people just like it or listen to it and like it. And again, we're not going to please everybody. I'm smart enough to know that. And there's going to be the naysayers, and I'm smart enough to know that too. But that would be my goal, is to get as many people as we can to listen to it around the world. And we're working towards that, which is great. I think some other guys, and again, I'm speculating. I don't want to talk for it, but I think a lot of guys would like maybe not do it for a living, but part-time living, where we would go on tour and play different cities. We've been lucky enough to go from Erie, Pennsylvania. We've been to Fort Wayne, Indiana, far west is that right now, to Erie, Pennsylvania, to Charleston, South Carolina. I think we'd like to spread that area. And but sometimes that's not in the cards. But so far, it's been a great ride. And it's not over yet. That's the beauty.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I know there should have been a lot of amazing, great moments over the years, but is there something special that you want to share with me today?
Yeah, it's surreal that years ago I would flip on MTV and see all these bands that I loved, and so many years later we're sharing the stage with them. And you pinch yourself, I mean, like, for instance, our very first big tour was with Tesla, and I love Tesla, a big Tesla fan, was always a Tesla fan. And you show up at the theater, and you have to have, or at least I do, and we sort of have a band thing. It's, look, you have to have the motto of, hey, listen, we're here for a reason. We need to be here. So you can't walk down and go, oh my God, there's so and so. And luckily they made it so much easier because they were so nice, and we were loading our equipment on stage. They all came and said hi. And so that makes it great. But yeah, I mean, we've played with some big names from the 80s that you meet these people, and it's just an amazing, that one time you're watching them on TV, and next thing you know, you're standing on stage with them. So I don't know if there's a one special occasion. I mean, I've met some musicians that are so well known in the music world, in other areas outside of hard rock as well, that it's all great. I mean, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Awesome, awesome. And finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
All I would say is please, please, please take a listen. We are on the internet under Red Rain Band, REIGN. We got Don't Look Back with George Lynch video that's out there now. We got a new song coming out, Here I Am, on Friday. And if it's not us, listen to a new band. There's a lot of good hard rock, heavy metal, rock and roll out there. And if you're not looking for it, you're missing it, because, you know, unfortunately, as we all get older, some of the people that we love in our music, quote unquote heroes, you know, they're older now, and unfortunately, they're just not going to be there long enough, and we've got to make some room for the newer music. But so I would appreciate if anybody just takes a listen. Again, if you don't like it, certainly understand. We just ask that you just take a chance on us.
Awesome, awesome. And Sammy, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And I want to thank you and the entire band for putting up an amazing album on October 27th. Don't Look Back. Thank you for this awesome music, and really enjoyed each and every song, like I said earlier. And thanks again. And really hoping to see you guys on the road.
Well, I appreciate it. And thank you for the time of allowing me to discuss the band. And thank you for help spreading the word to support the band. We really appreciate it.
Mr. Sammy, thank you, and have a great evening out there. Take care of yourself.
You as well. Take care now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.